Hey, what's up team? How's it going? Welcome to Combat Ready HQ. Welcome to today's video. Okay, we've got the Ajax and we've got the Archer. Really looking forward to this. Good to finally see some good footage of the Ajax. It's been long enough. I didn't stay in long enough to train on it. I decided to get out, but the Household Cavalry have been preparing for it for a very long time. I left the Household Cavalry back in 2022, where they finally have it. They're testing it in the Arctic Swedish conditions, so it looks brilliant. And it's great to see some footage of the Archer. Let us know what your thoughts are. As always, check out the original video in the description. It's by the British Army. Give them a follow, give them a thumbs up, and if you could like and subscribe to this channel, I seriously appreciate it. 80k, how have we got to 80,000 subscribers? I don't know, but let's push to 100. Join the free Discord, check us out on Instagram, check out our merch and coffee, but let's get into the video. And as always, comment below with what your thoughts are. Oof, that looks like a beast.
The British Army
There it
and
is.
the Kingdom of Sweden are very close partners, and our army-to-army relationship is both very fruitful and worthwhile to both nations. What we've seen with the deployment of AJAX, 3 Rangers, and the training from the Royal School of Artillery to support Archer, this demonstrates the depth of our relationship, both operators and also in capability areas.
Here we go, the Ajax. Does look good.
I've been driving the AJAX army vehicle for a year now. It feels more modern, it's like going from an old car just to like a newer car. The engine
Yeah.
feels better underneath you, the steering handles better. It's a bit bigger, but it's still just as capable.
A bit bigger. It's actually wider than a Chally 2. So they've gone from the CVRT variant, Scimitar, Spartan, to the Ajax, which is wider than a Chally 2. That's how big this is.
Thing that we wanted it to do, it has done.
I've been gunner on the Ajax now since July, so yeah, a little while, but it's been my first opportunity to really get hands-on with it. Before this, it was mainly training on simulators. This climate obviously comes with its own problems. However, the weapon systems have performed a lot better than what I think we all thought they would.
Nice, that's good.
Slight teething issues because it's quite a new vehicle. However, it's been really positive.
There's always going to be teething issues when a new bit of equipment comes out, but the issue they had with Ajax was all the issues before. It's just sad it took so long for it to come out and get over those issues. These little teething issues are always going to happen. It was all the big issues that sort of put a negative news on it, but it's positive and it's great to see it in action now. The Archer, what the sweet. All of you been commenting about this. Let's see this. Oof.
It's been good to work alongside the Swedish over here. It's a challenging because of the weather, and also it's a new equipment to learn.
Look at that.
I've been learning the Archer now. It's not only for to be the #1. Also, I've learned how to be operator and also to be the driver. Those are the 3 things you learn inside the cabin. That's the course I've been doing it for the last few weeks.
Oh, nice.
The need for the training package is because the gun is so complex, even for us. Our course is about 14 weeks for the Swedish instructors, at least. You need to understand in depth how the Archer works and also how it functions so you don't get unnecessary faults. The first time the British soldiers have done a live fire was 2 weeks ago. That went well. They did the entire ammunition replenishment and also the live fire with the help from the Swedish instructors. And now they're doing a live fire all by themselves. It went well.
That's good. I was ex-artillery as well, so I've been Household Cavalry Regiment and artillery. So here we go, the Ranger Regiment.
So we're here in Sweden working with the Northern Dragoon Regiment, a unit that we have a newfound relationship with, and this is a great example of where we can learn a huge amount from our partners and demonstrate our ability to be interoperable against similar threats. So the Ranger Regiment role in combat operations is to operate in hostile territory, potentially behind enemy lines, finding and disrupting enemy high-value targets. This involves small teams being able to operate for long periods of time, sustain themselves, and then be able to find the enemy and strike them where required.
Nice. First lot I've actually seen really about the Ranger Regiment.
A place where your basic skills and drills really need to be on point, and if they're not, you're going to suffer. And especially in small teams as we work in
Good
the
little
Ranger
beard.
Regiment, you know, not only do your basics have to be on point, you also have to, you know, be above that, because you need to make sure that the people left and right of you are also doing the same and look after people. So buddy skills are pretty essential out here in the cold. Back home in the UK when it gets cold, you've got a good few minutes before you need to start worrying. Otherwise here it's within 5 minutes you're starting to get white spots on your nose. And for me, my beard's starting to freeze over. Hypothermia sets in really fast there, so you've got to be really aware of how cold you can get and how fast that can happen.
Exactly.
So for me, it's been a case of learning the hard way, unfortunately, about how cold it can get.
Nice. Yeah, we've seen it in the previous videos. Most people don't want to operate when it's cold and wet. They would rather be in the cold with the snow where it's like drier. But once that coldness sets in, you've got to sort yourself out. Like we saw in the Jaeger Sold Out series, as soon as you're wet, you've got to get dry. There's no hanging around, because that hypothermia will set in straight away. That Archer looks absolutely brilliant as well. Like they said though, highly technical. Like you could see how they were loading it with the crane, having to load it into the backs. It looks even quite technical just to load it. And then everything seems to be done within the cabin, driving, firing. So it would be really good. I might have to find a more in-depth video on the Archer. But it looked like a fantastic bit of kit. I'd love to see what it's actually like on the other end with accuracy, find out a little bit more about how many rounds it can fire within a minute, etc. What's the rate of fire? And then the AJAX, to finally see it firing is brilliant without any sort of major issues, and to see it being tested in the cold, wintry conditions as well just shows how good this vehicle is going to be. Now finally the issues are out of the way. Like I said, they've got small teething issues, but at least the major issues are out of the way, and they can start moving forward with the AJAX, and hopefully the Household Cavalry Regiment can start getting on some decent deployments with the vehicle. But it's a huge step up, especially for sort of the older guys, going from the CVRT to the AJAX, because it's a much bigger, much more technological vehicle. But they've been training on simulators for quite some years now, so it should be a good transition. You've got a lot of new guys coming through and girls coming through training on it, so it should be pretty quick. But it is very technical, computer screens everywhere. A lot of it's now done with hatch down, because you've got cameras to be able to look out. The weapon system's completely different compared to the CVRT, so it's going to be a great few years, I think, for the Household Cavalry. Now they finally got it, and it looks like the Archer as well, with the artillery training on that as well, is going to be some fun things. And it's good to see the Rangers doing something, because there's not much out there about the Ranger Regiment. But hopefully you've enjoyed this vehicle. Hopefully, if you're looking at joining the army, this is giving you a bit of inspiration, going, look, that's maybe something I want to do. The army are doing some cool stuff. Yes, you got the negative news. We've got issues with recruitment. We've got big issues with retention, but there is some fun, exciting stuff going on that you should get involved in. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.